Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here. Today, we are unpacking a topic, pun absolutely intended, that really has the power to completely transform one of life's most stressful events, and that is moving. We're going to look at how to strategically use temporary storage to basically eliminate the anxiety of relocating. Seriously, if you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by boxes or boxed in by rigid timelines, you are exactly in the right place. Okay, I want you to picture this. It is the ultimate logistical nightmare. You've got to be out of your old place by Friday, but the keys to your new place, yeah, well, they won't be handed over until the following Tuesday. You're standing there surrounded by literally towers of cardboard, but you have nowhere to put them. So what happens when your moving dates simply do not perfectly align? The sheer panic of suddenly needing to vacate your old home before your new one is ready is something nobody wants to experience, but, it happens all the time. Today, we're looking at exactly how to handle that. So let's dive right in. Here is our structured roadmap for today. We'll start off by examining the moving timeline trap. Then we'll map out specific scenarios for temporary storage. From there, we'll look at life beyond just moving house, uncover the actual benefits of a storage unit, and finally, I'll walk you through your step-by-step storage guide. All right, starting with section 1, the moving timeline trap, and what to actually do when your dates just don't align. We call this specific scenario bridging the gap. Because let's be real, moving almost never happens on a perfect, flawless schedule. More often than not, you find yourself facing this really frustrating transitional period. And why does this happen? Well, it usually comes down to differing settlement periods on properties, or maybe unexpected construction delays if you're building or renovating. You are essentially left stranded with a whole house full of belongings and absolutely nowhere to put them. This creates an immediate, pressing need for a secure buffer, a place to house your life while the paperwork or the builders finally catch up. Moving right along to Section 2, Scenarios for Temporary Storage, or identifying exactly when to use a unit. There are these exact specific moments when a short-term storage solution literally becomes your absolute best friend. It's really not just about mismatched moving dates. Maybe you're downsizing and suddenly have excess furniture that just won't fit, but hey, you aren't ready to sell it yet. Or, and guys, this is a massive pro tip, decluttering to stage your current home. Getting oversized or excess furniture out of the house makes your rooms appear significantly larger to potential buyers, which can actually speed up your entire selling process. It's also incredibly handy if you're renovating a new place before moving in, or if you're relocating interstate, and naturally your items arrive before you do. Which brings us to Section 3, Beyond Just Moving House, focusing on major life events that require extra space. Because moving isn't the only trigger for needing space, right? Major life transitions demand flexible solutions too. Think about welcoming a new baby. Suddenly, that home office needs to become a nursery, and all those desks and files, they need to go somewhere. Or maybe you're combining households with a partner. You suddenly have two of everything, including way too many spatulas. A temporary storage unit gives you this crucial breathing room to sort through these massive life events at your own pace, without having to live in a cluttered, chaotic house. Plus, it's just perfect for stashing seasonal decorations or bulky sporting equipment you don't use every day. Let's look at Section 4, Benefits of a Storage Unit, and how it really comes down to finding peace of mind. Look at the sheer contrast between these two approaches. On one hand, we have the traditional, rigid, single-day move. It is high stress, involves a rushed timeline, and forces you into immediate unpacking. Honestly, it's exhausting just thinking about it. But then, on the other hand, we have the flexible, staged move utilizing temporary storage. This changes the game entirely. It's low stress. You can gradually unpack because your storage unit acts as a secure central hub. You take control of the timeline rather than the timeline controlling you. Now, to create that secure central hub, there are some absolutely non-negotiable security features you must look for in a reputable facility. We are talking 24/7 surveillance cameras, electronic gate access that requires a personal code, and excellent lighting across a clean, really well-maintained property. And please, always check those customer reviews. Knowing your belongings are sitting safely in a fortress, that provides the ultimate peace of mind. Finally, we've reached Section 5, your step-by-step storage guide, so we can make sure you're doing this right. So the real question is how you actually execute this strategy. Well, it breaks down into 4 clear steps. Step 1, assess and declutter. And listen to this carefully. Decluttering first actually saves you money because you reduce the volume of space you ultimately need to rent. Step 2, gather your supplies, like sturdy boxes and bubble wrap. Step 3, pack smartly, room by room, making sure heavier items are at the bottom. And step 4, create a detailed inventory. Maybe even take photos on your phone. It is brilliant for both your own sanity and organization and for insurance purposes. Speaking of saving money, accurately assessing your unit size is absolutely critical. Overestimating means you're just paying for empty air, and underestimating, well, that's a packing nightmare. Here is a brilliant little heuristic you can use from our source material. If you are packing up a standard one-bedroom unit, you generally require about a quarter garage-sized storage space. If you are packing up a full three-bedroom house, you are looking at roughly a three-quarter garage-size unit. This just gives you a fantastic baseline so you can visualize your space requirements accurately. Once you have the space booked, you have to pack it correctly to prevent any damage. When it comes to pack-in, technique is everything. Fragile items must be wrapped individually in bubble wrap or packing paper. For large furniture, please don't just shove it in there. Use moving blankets, plastic wrap, and disassemble things like bed frames to save massive amounts of space. Actually, keep the screws in a taped bag attached right to the furniture. But here is the ultimate pro tip. Always pack an essentials box, important documents, daily medications, maybe the coffee maker, and place it right at the very front of your unit for immediate access. You'll thank yourself later, for sure. I really want to leave you with this crucial thought today. Temporary storage is not just about moving. It's about making your life easier during a really busy time. It's time we reframe how we think about storage. It isn't just a logistical chore or a dark place to dump boxes. It is a powerful, sanity-saving strategy that grants you ultimate control over your timeline and your environment during major life transitions. And that brings us to our final question for you to ponder today. How could a flexible, staged move completely change the way you handle your next big life transition? Whether it's a new house, a new baby, or a massive home renovation, consider how giving yourself the simple gift of space and time might completely transform the experience. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep organizing, and I'll catch you next time.